In a fascinating turn of events, the Green Bay Packers are set to experience a significant advantage in the 2026 NFL season with their travel schedule. With a mere 12,673 miles to cover, they rank as the third team with the fewest miles traveled, behind only the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears, which raises eyebrows and ignites speculation about how this could impact their performance. Fans, where are you watching from? What do you think about the Packers' upcoming season? Join the conversation in the comments below. As we delve into this promising setup, it's crucial to recognize the implications of such a favorable travel schedule. The Packers will have 9 home games at the iconic Lambeau Field, a fortress that has seen countless victories. The fact that they won't be burdened by international games this time around is another feather in their cap. The NFL's decision to keep the Packers stateside could play a significant role in maintaining team morale and physical health throughout the grueling season. Now, let's compare this to the competition. The New England Patriots, for instance, are slated to cover a staggering 27,590 miles, nearly double that of the Packers. This disparity in travel distance could very well tilt the scales in favor of the teams that have the luxury of staying closer to home. The Packers' road games include tough opponents like the Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, and Minnesota Vikings, but with their reduced travel burden, they could find themselves in a stronger position to compete effectively. The road games are no walk in the park either, with the Los Angeles Rams presenting the longest trek at nearly 1,800 miles. However, when you consider the logistics and fatigue associated with extensive travel, the Packers' strategy of minimizing their miles could pay dividends come playoff time. In a league as tightly contested as the NFL, every advantage counts, and the Packers have set themselves up well for the upcoming season. Reflecting on their previous seasons, the Packers faced the daunting challenge of international games in 2022 and 2024. The logistical nightmares that accompany long flights and adjusting to different time zones could have derailed their momentum. But now, with the chance to regroup and focus on their domestic games, they can concentrate on refining their game plan without the distractions of international travel. This is an opportunity for the coaching staff to build a cohesive team dynamic and prepare strategically for each opponent. In conclusion, while the reduced travel miles alone won't ensure success, they certainly contribute to a more favorable environment for the players and coaching staff. As the Packers gear up for 2026, the combination of fewer road miles, the advantage of home games, and the absence of international distractions could provide the perfect storm for a strong season, with fans rallying behind them. It's an exciting time to be a Packers supporter. As we transition to the next segment, let's keep an eye on how these dynamics may influence player performances and team strategies as the season unfolds.
In a move that has sent ripples through the NFL, the Green Bay Packers made the decision to release kicker Brandon McManus, a veteran who had previously carved out a remarkable career, including a Super Bowl championship. This decision came as the Packers absorbed a hefty $4.333 million in dead money, a clear indication of the organization's resolve to shift directions after a disappointing season that culminated in an early playoff exit. Just 2 weeks prior to McManus's release on May 8, 2026, the Packers had traded away both of their 7th-round picks to select Trey Smack, a kicker from Florida, in the 6th round. This sequence of events suggests a predetermined path for the team, one that McManus was likely unaware of until the very end. Despite his illustrious postseason history, including an impressive 91.7% accuracy rate that ranks among the best in NFL playoff history, the writing was on the wall. In 2025, McManus's field goal percentage plummeted to 80%, tying him for last among qualified kickers. His performance from 40 to 49 yards was particularly alarming, hitting only 3 of 7 attempts. For a player who had previously posted a staggering 95.2% accuracy in his first season with Green Bay, this rapid decline was unacceptable. The Packers, clearly unwilling to diagnose the issue, opted instead to find a solution. A single game will forever haunt McManus: the NFC wildcard loss to the Chicago Bears, where he missed 3 crucial kicks, including 2 field goals and an extra point. In a game decided by 4 points, it's hard to overlook how McManus's misses directly contributed to Green Bay's season-ending defeat. Adding to the narrative, the Packers had paid McManus a $1 million roster bonus just 2 months prior to his release. This suggests a final window of evaluation, a last chance that ultimately led to the decision to cut him loose after they secured Smack in the draft. The Packers employed a post-June 1 designation for McManus's release, cleverly spreading the dead money over 2 fiscal years to ease the financial impact. While this decision may appear like a loss on paper, paying $4.3 million to save $2.6 million, the NFL's salary cap system rewards such strategies, allowing teams to make tough cuts look financially sensible. This entire saga reveals a pattern that has become all too familiar in the league. Pay the bonus, draft the replacement, and then cut the veteran. The Packers had positioned Smack as not just a competitor, but as the future of the kicker position before McManus's release was even announced. This is not merely about competition. It's about succession planning, a strategy that other teams will undoubtedly take note of. In an unexpected twist, McManus publicly expressed gratitude to the Packers and their fanbase following his release, showcasing a level of professionalism that speaks volumes about his character. Yet, the stark reality remains. A single shaky season can obliterate years of solid production. With McManus entering free agency at 34, his market has been significantly impacted by this downturn. The implications extend far beyond just one player. They set a precedent for how teams treat aging kickers on long-term contracts. The Packers have effectively rewritten the economics of the kicker position. If Trey Smack flourishes in his new role, expect a rush of teams to replace their aging kickers with younger, cheaper options. Conversely, should Smack falter, Green Bay could serve as a cautionary tale about jumping the gun on cuts. Either way, the landscape for veteran kickers is shifting dramatically, with shorter contracts and greater guarantees now likely on the horizon. As fans, we're left to ponder. Did the Packers make the right decision in parting ways with McManus, or was this a hasty move following a single disappointing playoff performance? Where are you watching from, and what are your thoughts on this pivotal moment in Green Bay's history? The conversation is just beginning as we prepare to delve into the next topic. In a dramatic twist of fate for the NFL, 2 of the league's most prominent figures faced devastating injuries that could shape the future landscape of professional football. On December 14, 2025, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes suffered a torn ACL and LCL, while Green Bay Packers star pass rusher Micah Parsons also fell victim to a season-ending torn ACL. The fallout from these injuries has been significant, particularly for the Packers, who may be facing a tough reality as they prepare for the upcoming season. Now, just to clarify, fans, where are you watching from? And what are your thoughts on how these injuries will impact both teams? Leave your comments below. We want to hear from you. NFL insider Adam Schefter recently provided a glimmer of hope for Chiefs fans, suggesting that Mahomes could be ready to go when Kansas City opens the 2026 regular season against the Denver Broncos on September 14th. This news isn't exactly surprising. Chiefs general manager Brett Veach has previously indicated that Mahomes is way ahead of schedule in his recovery, and it seems that optimism within the organization is high. Reports suggest that members of the coaching staff are confident that Mahomes will be fully cleared early in training camp, putting him on track for a full season. The star quarterback has targeted Week 1 as his return date, and while we can speculate how his body will handle the rigors of rehabilitation, it's clear that the NFL community expects him to take the field against the Broncos. However, contrastingly, the outlook for Micah Parsons isn't nearly as rosy. Schefter indicated that the Packers are bracing themselves to be without Parsons for a significant part of the upcoming season, with the possibility of him landing on the physically unable to perform list. This is a devastating blow for Green Bay. Just last summer, the Packers made a massive commitment to Parsons, signing him to a 4-year, $188 million contract that included $136 million guaranteed. Acquiring him from the Dallas Cowboys, along with 2 first-round draft picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark, was a bold move that aimed to solidify their defensive line. Parsons had led the Packers in the 2025 regular season with 12.5 sacks across 14 games, making his loss even more impactful. The Packers are in a tough spot. They need to assess Parsons' recovery with the utmost caution, and it's understandable that they would want to wait as long as possible before making a final decision on his status. The stakes are high, and with the upcoming season looming, every move they make will be scrutinized. Green Bay has built a reputation for resilience, but without Parsons, they will need to find a way to compensate for his absence on defense. As we look ahead, the speculation surrounding both players is palpable. What will the Packers do without their star pass rusher? How will Mahomes' return reshape the Chiefs' offense? These questions linger in the minds of fans and analysts alike, and they highlight the precarious nature of injuries in professional sports. In closing, Green Bay has faced its fair share of challenges, but the spirit of the Packers runs deep. They've navigated adversity before, and while the road ahead may be fraught with difficulties, the organization must remain steadfast in its pursuit of success. Let's rally together as fans and support our team through these tumultuous times. We want to hear your thoughts. How do you see the Packers managing Parsons' absence? Do you think they can still contend without him? Comment below and let us know. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the Green Bay Packers and the NFL landscape. Keep the faith, Packers Nation.